Hello everyone, this is the second lecture of electrolysis, and in this lecture we will discuss about electrolytic cell. As you know, electrolytic cell is the device which converts electrical energy into chemical energy. It means with the help of electricity a chemical reaction takes place. Now in electrolytic cell, the first part is electrodes. So the electrodes are the terminals from which the electricity enters the electrolytic solution or exit from the electrolytic solution. Generally, these electrodes are made of some metal plates or graphite rods. So there are two types of electrodes. One is called cathode or another is called anode. So how do we differentiate between cathode and anode? Cathode is the electrode which is attached to the negative part or the negative terminal of the battery, while the anode is the electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. So hope you have understood. You can see that through the anode the electricity enters the electrolytic solution. Now the question is, what is electrolytic solution? When an electrolyte is added in water, this solution is known as electrolytic solution. So the electricity enters from anode in the electrolytic solution and it exits from cathode. So this is the setup of an electrolytic cell. So an electrolytic cell consists of two electrodes, that is cathode and anode. The anode is attached or connected to the positive terminal of the battery, while cathode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, and anode and cathode, both the electrodes, are dipped in electrolytic solution. So this is our electrolytic cell. So when the current is applied, the positive ions will move towards the cathode, while the negative ions in the electrolytic solution will move towards the anode. So this is the setup of electrolytic cell. Now we will see two terms, that is electrolytic dissociation and ionization. So let's see what is the meaning of electrolytic dissociation and what is the meaning of ionization. You know that when an electrolyte is added to water to form its aqueous solution, it starts forming ions, or the ions will separate. So when an ionic compound is dissolved in water, what happens? The ionic compound consists of ions, and these ions start separating from each other. So this process is called electrolytic dissociation. So remember, an ionic compound consists of a positive ion and a negative ion. So it already has ions, but these ions are not separated when the ionic compound is present in the solid state. But when this compound is dissolved in water, the positive and negative ions will separate from each other, and the separation of positive and negative ions in its aqueous solution is known as electrolytic dissociation. So remember, the electrolytic dissociation takes place in ionic compounds. The next is ionization. Now ionization takes place in polar covalent compounds. So it takes place in covalent compounds. So what is ionization? Ionization is the process of formation of ions when a covalent compound or when a polar covalent compound is dissolved in water. For example, HCl. So you can see that HCl is not an ionic compound, it is a covalent compound. But when it is dissolved in water, it will form H plus and Cl minus ions. So remember, here we have formation of ions, here separation of ions. Ions are already present in ionic compounds. they get separated when they are dissolved in water. But in ionization, the formation of ions takes place because ions are not there in a covalent compound, but when this covalent compound is dissolved in water, the ions will start forming after that. Now let's see how the process of electrolytic dissociation and ionization takes place. You know that any ionic compound consists of positive and negative ions. So let's take an example of sodium chloride. So sodium chloride consists of sodium and chloride ions. When this sodium chloride is dissolved in water, what will happen? You know that water is a polar covalent compound. So water consists of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. So oxygen atom is partially negative while hydrogen atom has partially positive charge on it. So because of its polarity, this negative part will move towards the sodium ion because sodium ion is positively charged. So the sodium ion will be surrounded by the negative part of this water molecule. So there will be so many water molecules whose negative part will surround the sodium ion. Similarly, there will be so many water molecules whose positive part will surround the chlorine. So the chlorine will be surrounded by partially positive part of the water molecules. So because of the force of attraction from these positive and negative parts, what will happen? The electrostatic force of attraction between this sodium and chloride ion get weakens. It will become weaker and weaker, and due to this the sodium and chloride ions will be separated from the compound. So this is how the separation of sodium and chloride ions take place. Not only the sodium and chloride ion, but the separation of all the ions of ionic compounds take place in the same manner. Now we will see how the ionization takes place. So the ionization takes place in the same manner as separation of ions takes place. The only difference is ions were not present before dissolving the substance in water. So let's see an example of HCl. So you can see HCl. HCl is also a polar covalent compound. So what will happen? There is partially positive charge on hydrogen atom and partially negative charge on chlorine atom. So due to this partially negative and partially positive charge, the negative part of water molecule will come closer to the partially positive part. So it will surrounded by so many water molecules, and these water molecules will have the negative part towards the hydrogen atom. Similarly, the partially positive part means the hydrogen part will come towards the chlorine, and due to the presence of these partially positive charge, this partially positive charge will attract the chlorine, and this partially negative parts will attract the hydrogen. So due to this bond between the hydrogen and chlorine will break at a time, and the whole electrons, because chlorine is more electronegative as compared to hydrogen, so the whole electron pair will go to the chlorine atom and it will give H plus and Cl minus ions when it is dissolved in water. So this is how the formation of ions take place during ionization, and separation of ions take place during the electrolytic dissociation. So this is a huge difference between electrolytic dissociation and ionization. Ionization takes place in polar covalent compounds, remember this point, while the electrolytic dissociation takes place in ionic compounds. So there may be a question in your exam that what is the difference between electrolytic dissociation and ionization. So you can make a few points like electrolytic dissociation takes place in ionic compounds, ionization takes place in polar covalent compounds. Now this is separation of ions, this is formation of ions. So these are differences between these two processes. So you have to remember, because these are very important points as examination point of view. So this is all in this lecture. If you have any queries, you can ask the questions in the comment box. Thank you very much.